give it to you. Whatever you need, I got it. You need to know anything you need, just ask and I'll provide. Whatever you want, I got it, got it.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Looking for Love. I'm your host, Tray Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. So welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, Lamar?
I'm good.
How was your week so far?
Crazy. My last day of traveling, I flew back and forth to New York in one day for a sales meeting with my number one account, but it's all good. I'm done traveling and I'm good. How's your week?
It's good. I can't complain. Same old same, running around, running the network. It's growing rapidly, so I got to try to keep up with it, getting lots of good numbers on the clips that I'm putting up from all of the different shows. Just it's good. It's good. And you know what I realized? I realized we come on hump day. I said, how ironic is that?
How ironic.
We get everybody over the hump. So if you are on YouTube, put your comments in the chat and we will put them on the screen. If you are anywhere else tuned in, come over to YouTube, to the New You Nation Network YouTube channel, so that we can see your comments. We can share them on the screen. And if you are on YouTube, there's a thank you button underneath the screen. You can click on that button and show us some love by supporting us, because that's how we keep going. So if this is your first time here, here's our run of show. We do our What Would You Do segment, where we answer our viewers' questions live. And if you put one in the chat, we'll answer it for you. And then we do our Let's Sip on That. That is our celebrity relationship liquor, because the liquor be strong, because these celebrities be doing the most. And then we do our Beauty and the Beast segment, where we give you a health and wellness tip of the week. And our disclaimer is, any health and wellness tip that we give you, before you do it, check with your doctor, because we're not doctors and you are not going to hold us accountable for your decisions. And everything that we talk about on here, it is your decision. Anything, whatever you decide to do, we are just here telling you our opinions in a fun way, and to just help you grow and to bridge the gap between Generation X men and Generation X women. And then we give you our final thoughts, and we hope that you will come back next week. So let's get into our first segment, Lamar. What would you do if it was you? That's all we're saying. What we would do if it was us. We ain't giving no professional advice right now, because that costs, because I am a certified life and relationship coach, but you got to pay for that. So let's get to our first question. Y'all know I can't see without my glasses. Here we go. Let's see. You want me to start with the good stuff?
Always.
Okay. I got a divorce from my ex 11 years ago, simply because we were better as friends. We have 2 grown children together in a great relationship and family dynamic. We've never had any beef, just knew we were better off separate than together. He moved on happily, I thought. He's been with his girlfriend for about 2 years. We are also cool. Recently, he approached me at his home, where we had a baby shower for our youngest, and asked if I'd be interested in indulging with them a little later. I know they smoke and drink, and I told him I don't smoke anymore and I barely drink. He laughed and said, "That's why I've always loved you. You always had this innocence." He then said, "I mean in the bedroom." I was shocked. Why would he even approach me with this BS? He's giving our son a graduation party the 4th of July weekend. I'm not comfortable in the environment anymore. Would it be wrong if I didn't go?
No, well, do like this. You don't have to stay to the after party, which you did. So, I mean, let's keep it 100. You don't, you stayed at the Diddy party. You got mad because Diddy stuff happened. Come on, man. You're getting mad at Diddy from being Diddy. I mean, like stay within the parameters of the relationship and be an adult. Be an adult about it and just say, hey, I'm here for this. I'm not here for that. Move on. Be an adult.
I really think they need to have a conversation. Excuse me. I really think her and her ex-husband need to have a conversation, because they were cool before he asked her to join him and his partner in a threesome, basically. So I just think there needs to be a conversation had. I was uncomfortable with that. That's not how I roll, because they can go back to because they had a good family dynamic. She said she was cool with the girlfriend, and now he said this, it has turned her off. But y'all gonna be together forever. Y'all got kids, y'all got a grandkid coming. So y'all had the baby shower. Now you got to go to birthday parties, the first birthday, second. Your kids are going to get married. You don't want to be uncomfortable just because he tested the waters and thought that you might bite. Like, you just got to really sit down.
I'm just being fair. When he asked, why don't you hang back? What was she thinking? What he was thinking?
She thought that they wanted to smoke weed and drink.
With the opportunity to, see what I'm saying? It's like, this is why men play chess and women play checkers. Because y'all just.
No, because I wouldn't think that.
That's what I'm saying. You always got to be playing checkers. You guys are always playing checkers. It's one move, one reaction. Chess isn't like that. Chess is 3 or 4 moves for the reaction that you want. So if she was a man thinking, hey, you asked me to stay afterwards to kick back, to chill with y'all. The scenario is you drink, you smoke, and you get happy, you feel good, and that might be an opportunity.
I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why women, y'all get into situations y'all get into because y'all don't think shit through. It's like y'all gotta think step 4, 5, and 6. Stop thinking 1 to 2.
Why would I think that my ex-husband would invite me to a threesome?
He asked you to stay after. I had one of my girls said she wanted to do that with my ex.
See, y'all doing too much. Like, doing too much.
I think in that scenario it was more of an arrogance where she was like, look what you messed up. that was more or less like that. So I
think in that scenario I think that he was comfortable with her. Like, I think he was just comfortable instead of going outside to get some stranger. I think that he was just comfortable with her and he read the room wrong. I think he read the room wrong because if he really knew her, he knew that.
I would probably say in most cases.
My live visibility is restricted. That's why I haven't been on TikTok because TikTok been bugging with me.
Yeah, I think his girl propositioned that because no man is in control of that scenario. If you are, you're kind of a predator type. When those situations work, it's more of the women's idea, right. So the woman is probably, really happy, feeling very confident, and know that's a desire of his. And she's probably looking to prove a point. Like, why not her? It's like, she's not a threat to me, so it's like, you got to look at it that way too. So because he presented it to her because his wife, his girlfriend now presented it to him.
You think?
Absolutely. There's no way think about the dynamics. If I am dating somebody and everything's great, and I on a solo mission just go ask my ex-wife to be in a threesome with me and my girl, that could potentially blow up the spot. Like, because if my girl ain't with it.
No, I'm sure he had I'm sure they had the conversation.
No, it was more or less like, baby, I know you've been dreaming about this threesome thing, and I kind of want to give it to you. Who you kind of have in mind? I don't know. Why not your ex-wife? And be like, really? What?
She probably look. See, I would have a problem with it if I was him, because she probably been looking at the ex-wife the whole time, right?
Yeah, she's not worried. He's not worried about that. No man should be threatened by another woman.
Listen, these women out here leaving men for women.
No, they're leaving bad men. I've never had a woman leave me, and I say that with conviction. No woman has ever said, Lamar, this ain't working, and I just can't take shit no more. Bye. Never. It's never happened because his life is great over here.
So I don't think this is their first rodeo.
Maybe not, but I'm just saying she gave her man that confidence because it sounds like he has a great relationship with her, and I wouldn't personally risk not telling my current girl about me wanting to sleep with my old girl if the new girl didn't know.
No, I'm sure that they have.
For him to approach her like that, it was her idea. It had to be in her house to be like, girl, let's be cool. She's like, she's like, like she said, her and the girlfriend get along good. So it's all
now, see, this is why
the scenarios. She's pulling her in like, come on, man. Listen, when you get you a
setup,
you get you a good woman like that, boy. She's a ride or die. I done had one or two of them. They go. You want her? I'll go get her.
Oh no, I know I'm not. But the thing about it is,
but this scenario is not for a lot of men and not for a lot of women. You have to have gone through some things and go like, you know what? In my scenario, I was married for 25 years. I did the white picket fence, the dog, and all of that. That was great. Now, turn the page. I'm going to live another life.
You're doing too much.
No, I'm not. I'm just doing something different. I'm not gonna go carbon copy the same life I had for 25 years.
But it don't have to be the carbon copy. See, this is the thing, right? And I saw this post today, and a woman said, actually, she commented on my post where they were talking about how soon do you know a man gonna marry you? She was like, I'm never getting married again. See, that's the problem. The marriage that you have with that person will not be like the marriage that you have with somebody else. And for somebody to say, I'm never getting married again because of a situation that they had with one person or two people, you let them people have control of your life to control your decision-making process. I'm never doing that anymore because I've been in a situation where I would say, after a relationship, I'm not doing this no more. And I had to think to myself, I'm going to let this person have the power over my decision-making from this one relationship I was in that wasn't meant to be. So you might meet one woman it's not your ex. So you might meet a woman that you might like the chill white picket fence, or don't have to be the white picket fence with the one woman.
What I'm saying is I'm going to have an amazing friendship with somebody. I'm not against marriage. I like love. Now being out in the dating world has hardened me. You can't go into prison and be walking around like rainbows and unicorns. You gonna get stabbed. Shit. I'm in prison. I gotta walk around prison like, you want some of this? You gotta but deep down, man, I want my own person. I want to be married. But it's gonna be on what I want.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna say to her, just have a conversation with your ex and say, don't cross that boundary again.
Yeah.
If you cross the boundary, you made me very uncomfortable. I feel very uncomfortable with you and your girl. Now I'm thinking she looking at me a certain way. This is a different scenario now where I was thinking it was a family thing, but y'all looking at me like the buffet. Like y'all made me feel, now I feel naked in the room. Because I'm sure he had conversations with her about, oh yeah, that'll be a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what she needs to understand, what she needs to take from this scenario is that you need to think these things through. Any type of decision, you need to be like, why was I invited to the after party? Okay, that's one. Don't put yourself in the position to be at the after party anymore. Like if you have a function, don't be the last one leaving where it's just the three of y'all.
Right. Well, I'm
That's
sure.
what I'm saying. Is that you got to just be a grown woman. They sound like they got a pretty good relationship.
They have.
Listen, I appreciate the offer. I'm good. No, it isn't.
I don't
I'm
appreciate the offer.
No, I'm politely declining. We're good. I'm good. Let's keep it how it was.
Yes. I don't say I appreciate the offer because then you leaving hope. I don't appreciate you approaching me with that. You should know me better than that. I don't rock like that. I felt a little bit uncomfortable, but I don't want our family dynamic to change with the children. So please just don't overstep that boundary again, because I wasn't even expecting. You caught me off guard with that. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
And we are doing our segment, What Would You Do?, where we answer our viewers' questions. And we would love to hear what you would do in the chat if it was you. So let's get to our next question. I went out with a guy and had a wonderful evening. When we left the restaurant, he did not walk me to my car, which I thought was strange, but okay. Then he did not check to see if I made it home. I thought that was a red flag. He texted me 2 days later, just saying hi and if I'd like to meet for drinks. I'm kind of feeling away. Should I go? Red flags are there.
You listen, that's the one thing we talk about all the time. What are your red flags? What is that feeling that you go, that don't feel good? Then walk away. That's what you have to train yourself to do in every scenario if you want to be successful in your relationships. You got to learn how to walk away. When you go, put your red flags down. You know, as my buddy told me, when you go to Vegas, you got to make up your mind before you sit down at the blackjack table. Either you're going to pass on 16 or you're going to hit on 16 every time. So you got to make your mind up. Your red flags or your standards. Are you going to break your standard?
Let me take it from a different angle. Even and we're really old. And when I say we're old, we're older. We're mature people, right? We're Generation X. And some men haven't been raised right. I don't know if this dude is from the hood or where he from. And this is just one date. And he didn't check on you to see if you got home. It is a red flag. But it's a conversation that you could really have. Like, yo, dude, like I would have the conversation. I wouldn't just ghost him or whatever. I would be like, you don't check to see if the woman that you went out with made it home. No, I would ask him. I'm not
going to teach nobody how to treat me. You know, either you're going to do it or not. I'm not going to train you how to do any of that stuff. So so that's either you have it in you as a man or you don't. And if that's something as a woman, because I meet women and I do gentleman things like that, and they're not prepared for it. So there is a level of women out there that don't want that, and there's a level of women that go, "That's my standard." So if you're a woman that's your standard, you want your car door open. My ex-wife never opened a car door or a door in front of me, ever. I take pride in that. Any woman I'm with now, I open doors for them. It blows them away that they get used to that standard. It may not be their standard before, but it is now.
I'm just saying, I would have a conversation with the dude. I don't know if I would go out with him again because I don't know if I would go out with him again, but I would definitely say for future reference, like,
no, why have a conversation with him? It's like you already made your mind up. You're not talking to him no more.
I'm not sure. I'm just saying I would have a conversation.
You didn't say you're not gonna go out with him no more.
I said I'm not sure if I would go out with him again, but I would say I would have a because I'm sure he texted her and said, "Hey, just saying hi. I like to meet for drinks," and I would tell him why I'm not meeting for drinks. I would be like, "Yo, you didn't even walk me to my car. You didn't check to see if I got home. It's 2 days later. What if I didn't make it home? Like, what was that all about?" I would have to have that conversation and say, if she declines the drink, she's saying, should she go? If I'm going to decline, I would say, I really enjoyed myself, because she said she had a really good time. I would say I really enjoyed myself, but I was really turned off by the fact that you didn't walk me to my car, one. And then number two, you didn't even check to make sure I got home safe. And then he could say what he want to say, and whether my decision is made or not, I say, okay, well, let me go for a drink with you anyway, because listen, the dating pool is very crowded. And this is not a big deal that can't be fixed. Now, now, if he got drunk and fell all over the place, some stuff like right now with our age, the dating pool is nuts. And if you had a really good time and he paid for things and he wasn't cussing and doing all this other stuff, I definitely would be like, listen, it was a turn off for me, because I'm 55. I'm gonna tell you, it was a real turn off for me, bro. You didn't even open you didn't walk me to my car. I'm sure it was nighttime. And two, you didn't make sure I got home, because there might have been something on his mind, something might have been going on. Just to have a conversation with him to say, oh my God, I apologize, blah, blah, blah. And then I would decide from there. But I mean,
so are you looking for an apology, and if so, for him to correct his behavior?
Yes, that's like, for me, that's a yellow flag.
Okay.
That's like, let me pause.
Okay. I mean,
and okay. And another thing, is he a younger man?
Okay.
I mean, 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 I mean
Somebody, we got a question on here. Okay, 1 second. We're gonna get to your question in 1 second, but
I get it. But okay, I use it as an example. When I was dating younger, young ladies like to call everybody bro. You don't call me bro.
Right.
We're dating, and I'm your baby, I'm your honey, I'm your sweetie, I'm everything. But you call me bro, I'm gonna correct you one time.
But that's what I'm saying. You corrected one time. You didn't be like, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I got another thing. Young women under the age of 35, they like to use this term. They like getting head.
That's what they say to you?
I love it when a guy gives good head. I'd be like, excuse me? Let me lean in on you. Excuse me? I said, it's grown men over here. We eat pussy. I'm just saying. So, and most time they correct it. Okay. Oh, okay.
Right. So don't throw him away just yet. Again, because if he didn't text her again, that's one thing.
Okay.
But he did reach back out. Even if you're not going to go out.
It must be really cute because she's making excuses. Because that is the same things that men do. If he's attractive, if he might be 6'5", he might have a good job.
I went out with this guy. No, she had a good time. I went out with this guy and had a wonderful evening.
Again, we all bend the rules for who we want. Remember that. So, but you don't bend your rules too much because then they come back and bite you in the ass. Because when, let's say he's not a man that opens car doors, and let's say he starts doing it for a while, and then it starts slacking off, but now it's been 6 months to 2 years.
Oh no, we didn't wait 6 months to 2 years.
I'm saying, say he does it, and then look about 6 months, now it starts to he correct the behavior, but it's not consistent because it ain't in him. So he has the potential to fall off. Now the relationship is going to be extended. You're looking at year 1, year 2, whatever. He's back to the original who he was.
Nah, because we all gonna make some mistakes.
Okay. All I'm saying is that you correct the behavior, and he can put it up. I like to see. I don't give anyone a blueprint on how to love me. You're not getting answers to the test.
Right.
You don't. I'm not doing it. If I do that, you're going to pretend. You're going to do it. 90 days for your job is for a reason. Because people can pretend for 90 days.
Right.
I show up on time and everything. Let's extend it out to 150 days.
Still, we do have to teach people to some extent how to treat us. Because people come from other relationships and that person liked roses. I don't, and I'm not saying I don't like roses. I'm just using this as an example. I like lilies. But you're so used to giving somebody roses, I have to tell you, I like lilies, so you understand. So to some degree, we do have to tell somebody what it is that we want. Because when we say, I'm just gonna see what you do, you're gonna do what you're used to doing with the last person you was with or the last 2 people you were with. So I need to tell you, this is what I like. Because the last chick you might have been with might have opened up her own car door or whatever it might be. But I'm gonna let you know. I like to have my car door opened because I haven't really been with a man that opened my car doors in a long time. So I'm used to I was just trained to open it myself. But the right man gonna come along and be like, "Whoa, what is you doing?"
It is the easiest chivalry that you can do for a woman today that she is not expecting it. And I've been dating for 9 years, and there's not a woman that goes out with me that does not get her door opened by me. And if every one of them reacts the same way, they're just like wow. And then I dated somebody for 2.5 years, and she was like, the thing is that you kept it up. I said, I was married for 25 years. That's who I am. It's what I do. So it's like, just because it's not used to you. But like I said, once they leave me, they're like, hold on. That's why I don't get left. And I'm not saying that cocky. It's just that I was a good husband.
Right.
My marriage wasn't bad. I just knew I could be happier. She didn't want to be compatible. I was growing as a person, as who you are seeing today. I'm growing. And I'm like, come on, let's grow. Nah, I don't want to grow. Okay, well, I gotta leave you. I just kept running. That's all. And after a while, I can't even see you in the distance no more. So it's just like, I didn't stop loving her. I didn't hate her. I don't hate that woman.
But you just grew apart.
I'm a better version of Lamar today than I ever was. And that never was going to happen with her. But there was nothing about our marriage that was bad. We were a great team. And that's why I took it just smacked people in the mouth. Like, what? It was just something in me that I started to grow. And I'm going like, I love this woman, but you ain't great grow. And my cousin is the one that helped me. I put together my list. What do you need? Is she not able or not capable? It was not willing and not capable.
Right.
And she wasn't. I could ask you to dunk all day, but if you're 5'5", you could be willing, but you may not be capable. She just wasn't capable. So I had to ask myself, is that something that I have to take out of my brain that I don't no longer need, or do I need it? And I needed it. So I'm just saying, I pay attention to mannerisms, and I really watch the women that I give my time to, because my time is valuable, my peace is valuable. And if you're doing something in the dating stages that I don't like, I'm not going to waste my time.
If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. We're doing our What Would You Do segment. We have a live question that we're going to pull up, because we said whoever comes in live and has a question, we would answer it. So,
Ms. Model,
no matter how much I praise him in the occasion that he does, it's inconsistent. Even after being straight up about it, would you consider this incompatible?
It goes right back to what we were just talking about. What does your soul need? If you need a man, your love languages, if y'all haven't read the 5 love languages, go read it, because it's going to tell you about yourself, and then you can speak on it. And then if I always lead with that when I meet somebody. What are your love languages? I don't know. Well, shit, I got the book. I mail books to women and be like, let's read this shit over the phone together, because you need to learn this shit. That's what I'm saying, guys. It ain't that hard, man. They be like, what? We're going to read a book together? Yeah, I want to see if you can read out loud.
It's not so much inconsistent. It's the fact of, no matter how much you praise him in occasion, he doesn't. This person is who they are, and you're seeing them in real time. So you give people time to actually show you who they are, and then you say to yourself, this is what I say. If this is the best, highest version of this person, and nothing ever changes, am I okay with that? And if my answer is no to me, then I got to let the person go. So if this person never changes and keeps this behavior of inconsistency, if this is the best that he could do, this is it. Now just tell yourself, Ms. Model, this is it. This is the best of him. And if that's good enough for you, then you're okay. But if it's not, you have a decision to make. A real decision.
Listen, every day we get a little bit older. And I told somebody the other day, and it's just, until you go through it, you don't know it. And until when you hit the age of 50, it's just something about that number that makes you go, I'm not putting up with this bullshit no more.
Right.
I'm not dealing with you. I'm not dealing with your madness. You can play over there. And nobody, I'm talking to women that are, in their 40s, and they're like, I said, you will see. You get 50, you'll be like, I'm not playing no more. I don't have to hide my feelings. I don't have to tiptoe around nothing. I'm going to be unapologetically me.
Yes.
Either you like me or you don't like me. And that's okay. Either way you decide. I'm okay with either. But don't come in here pretending. Right. I'm going to push you up in the corner, and you're going to see if you really do like me.
We're going to get to our next question, because we got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. Let's see. Oh, I've been dating someone for a few months. He's taken me to some spots that are a little low end, which I don't mind at all. I wanted to try this new spot. I know I make way more money than him, and this spot was probably a bit much for his pockets. I suggested I suggested it on our next outing. He said, okay. When the check came, I reached for it and I said, I got it. He got pissed off, which led to a disagreement on the way home. He felt like the places he's taken me to wasn't good enough and proceeded to say I emasculated him in front of the waiter. Then proceeded to say that's why black men his age are dating other races and younger women because older established black women want to be the man. All I said was, wow, all that because I paid for the meal. I really wasn't trying to embarrass him. He texts me, we need to talk. I haven't responded. Was I wrong? Should I even hear what he has to say? What would you do?
So being an older black man, our egos are our egos. And every man has his bruising points and his money. Mm. And you have to be cautious and read your partner. That's the main thing that men and women don't do a very good job. Study your partner. Could you pick your partner out if your eyes were closed? Do you know their smell? Do you know a special something, a mole or something somewhere on them that identify? Study them, and then you can make these decisions because she should have known if he hasn't suggested to take you anywhere like that. It's probably because he can't afford it.
But she said that. But
no, but I'm saying, but you overstepped him, so now you done bruised his ego. You didn't bruise his money ego. Some men have a sex ego. Some men have a career ego. There's different things of egos.
This is the problem that I see. There are so many things that we try to tiptoe around, right? So say for instance, some men you've been dating for 2 or 3 dates and he's paid for everything. And he's thinking, wow, she didn't even offer to pay, right? So now you're like wrong because you didn't offer to pay. So now he's taking her out on several dates that she was fine with. And now she wants to go somewhere and she's being courteous to say, I know this is high end, let me offer to pay. And now she's being attacked and saying, you know, you emasculated me. When no, I didn't. Really, I didn't, because had I offered to pay at the low end place, would you have felt the same way if I offered to pay for the wings? So you're mad because I paid for a meal after you've taken me out several times and you've paid. There's like he said, we need to talk. So for me, I would listen to see why he was triggered that way.
But the communication is that women, you got to know, okay, if she knows and identifies that he doesn't have a bunch of money, cool. So how do you go the back door around that way and go, hey, baby, you've been paying for the last couple of dates. Let me treat you. And that's established before you get to the restaurant, because maybe they didn't discuss it. Now the check comes and I got it. Yes, you did emasculate him in front of that waiter, where it could have been my baby taking me out. It could have been a whole different scenario had you talked about it at home and you defused the situation because you understand that money is his trigger.
I think it was an insecurity on his part.
So let me tell you from a man's standpoint how she can fix this and their relationship can mend back together. It's accountability. She's gonna have to if she walks to him and go, baby, I apologize for doing that at the restaurant. We should have had a discussion at home about that, because I really wanted to treat you because I truly appreciate you taking me out. Done.
Well, listen to him because he's a man, because that's not the way.
No, I'm asking, if you want to save the relationship, he's looking for accountability because women don't do it. And when you do it, it's like the heavens have opened up and the light has shined on this woman.
I'm not saying don't have accountability. I'm saying this.
It just presented in a very feminine way that doesn't, you already know his ego's bruised. So why are you going to come in with, why are you being so sensitive? This is going to
I didn't say I would say that.
No, just go ahead. Babe, listen, I want to apologize because the what happened at the restaurant, we should have had. So I said, Al, exactly, unicorn moment. These women that take accountability get held on a higher standard, and you guys would have men chasing you through brick walls. But you don't, because you don't read men and you don't have accountability. So you see this man is bruised by the pockets. You approach him, baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you. We should have had a conversation at home. I truly appreciate you taking me out. I just wanted to treat you.
Right. I understand that, but I'm not gonna I'm sorry. And no, this is it. This is because that language, I'm sorry, means that I did something wrong and I didn't.
She did do something wrong. She didn't talk about the situation. You cannot bring our problems forefront. You can't put my
something wrong.
Yeah, she did. She reached for the check in front of the waiter, which made the waiter think that he was broke. Which money is his trigger?
Who cares what the waiter?
No, that's what I'm saying. This is men's triggers, and y'all not listening
I'm
to
listening.
men. You're not listening.
I just told her. I said, listen to him because he's a man. But I'm saying that I wouldn't. I would say, I apologize for the way that made you feel.
Okay, we'll take it because accountability just comes in different forms. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not, because what you said is I'm sorry in the way that she was wrong. I'm sorry for the way it made you feel.
Don't do that, Al. Don't do that.
Warner brother. You know the Warner brother sign? Warner brother. No, I'm just saying, Lamar, because we don't want to, again, we teach people how to treat us and we teach people the language, right? And to say, I'm sorry that I took the check. No, I'm not sorry I took the check. I'm sorry it made you feel that way.
Stop.
But that wasn't my intention.
Stop. That's attack. You're in attack mode. Stop. Listen to yourself. Yes, you are. You just attacked.
I'm not.
I'm sorry for your punk ass feelings. I'm sorry that you felt this way. That's what we hear.
Y'all
don't listen. I swear to God, y'all don't listen.
I am listening.
I'm
doing role play with you right now.
I know, and and we gonna have an argument because I'm just like, man, you're really attacking me. Now it's gonna turn into some other bullshit because somebody's gonna hit somebody below the belt. We start out fighting up here, boom.
Why wouldn't that be okay if I said, Lamar, I'm so sorry how that made you feel?
Because you're still attacking me. You didn't. You're deflecting. You didn't take no accountability. You're basically saying, I'm sorry for your punk ass feelings.
Accountability for what? For taking a check?
For making me feel my trigger.
That's what I just said. I'm sorry it made you feel that way.
So you're saying your action isn't wrong. You are not taking accountability. You got to flip it around. Flip it. Take accountability. Let's do the drill. Take accountability for that.
Take accountability for what? For taking a check?
Yes.
I'm sorry, me paying for the bill made you feel
No. Let me show you. Ooh, this is a teaching moment, boy. Golly. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you how accountability works. All right? Baby, when we was at the restaurant, I apologize for that scene. We should have had a conversation at home because I truly appreciate you taking me out multiple times and paying. I wanted to just show you my appreciation. See the difference?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You raise an ounce blood pressure.
I'm just saying, this is a real moment of
it absolutely is. And
because I'm not thinking that that's a trigger for you because I'm saying, I'm sorry for the way I made you feel.
You have to learn y'all deflect accountability. Nowhere in your statement did you take any accountability. It's still me. If I wasn't feeling the way, if I wasn't sensitive, if I wasn't, I'm sorry. I made you feel this way. That's inward. You're pointing out.
No, I was taking accountability. I'm sorry.
For your stupid ass feelings. That's what we're hearing.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry for making that scene. You're sorry for the scene. You're not sorry for the check. He's sorry for the scene because it exposed him, exposed his trigger. We should have had this conversation at home, because what I was thinking is that you've been paying for all these dinners, and I just wanted to show how much I appreciated you.
Well, why don't you think that he's triggered?
He is triggered. You triggered him by reaching over him and taking the check.
Right, but I understand that. But I'm saying, why are you not holding him accountable because he felt triggered because she paid the check? No, I'm just asking.
Stay on the moment. You're going down the rabbit hole.
No, I'm asking you.
That if you fix
because
that,
this is what she wants to know. She wants to know.
No. But you stay on the moment. Stay on why he felt that way. Once you do that and you take accountability, you can talk about the other stuff.
Right, but she wants to know. I really wasn't trying to embarrass him, right? He texted me, was I wrong? Should I even hear? Was it right? So she wants to know why she was wrong and why are we not.
I just told y'all both for the last 5 minutes.
But you're explaining it from a male perspective, and
I'm telling you what he needs to hear to fix this situation.
Right,
if she don't want to do that, then just leave.
Right, but we want to hear why he felt that way and why he was it insecurities.
Un momento. I'm qualified for that conversation.
Was it insecurity? Should we be thinking that he's insecure?
No, you should be like, I embarrassed the shit out of my man in front of this waiter. I should apologize to him for that.
Okay. I'm breaking it down. Don't woosah, because this is the conversation that we're having to bridge the gap between Generation X and women.
It's a prime example of when a man says things and he's being vulnerable, because I could be vulnerable. That guy's not going to do that. I'm speaking for behalf of him because I've done the work and I'm healed and I'm in a great position where I'm at in my life. I've been in that position. And it sucks for a man to not be able to shower his woman with the things that he wants her to have if he cares about.
Let me ask this question. No, because we really this is really bridging the gap, because a lot of times women don't understand why he felt this way. So let me ask this question. Should she not have suggested that restaurant?
No, I don't think suggesting the restaurant was the problem. It was the action of embarrassing him. He was embarrassed. When's the last time you've been embarrassed?
No, I understand he was embarrassed.
Okay, so think about it as a man, and it's tied to money.
Right. So I'm asking this question seriously. Since he can't afford that restaurant, right? So say I'm with a man and he can't afford the finer things in life. He can't afford the restaurant. He can't afford certain. Should I not trigger him by saying or making him feel pressured? Like, let's go to Chez Brunet, knowing that
you know the difference between men and women is that he is going to eat pork and beans to try to save up to make her happy, to fulfill her dreams. And then the other side of it is that y'all won't do the same. You won't even take accountability when we are willing to eat bologna sandwiches to take you out so you feel good. When the man loves you, he's willing to do those things. So if you trigger him and embarrass him over something he's trying to overcome, you take accountability. That's the least thing you could do.
Right. So again, my question is, if I'm with a man that can't afford a certain level restaurant, should I not suggest that restaurant and just let him lead and take me where he wants to take me and go to the restaurant with my girlfriends?
Have a discussion with him and ask him, does it make you, listen, we're grown. These ain't little kid conversations. Like, listen, is it uncomfortable for us to go out every weekend? Is it uncomfortable for us to go to this pricey restaurant? Because my goal is not to make you uncomfortable. My goal is to have an experience with you because I care about you and I want to experience something with you. So there's always a way that grown, healed people can talk to each other. But it starts, you will get the best out of your man if you lead with accountability and being feminine. Men just melt. He already loves you. He already is trying to please you. If you show up, baby, that is not what I tried to do. I love you. I was just trying to make a night for us, and I'm
So
sorry.
Ms. Model said, are you saying that time is the moment to proclaim accountability as opposed to decoding the psychological behind the triggers?
We'll take it whenever you do it, because y'all don't do it. It could be a couple of days later where you had time to go sit in the corner and think about it and come back. As long as you come back with some type of inward looking that you are trying to work on yourself. I acknowledge I didn't handle that right. I acknowledge that I triggered you. Now we can talk about it because I care about you. I want to fix it. These are grown people healed conversations. And you start talking like this to people who ain't healed, I don't want to deal with you. That's why my relationships don't work, because I start talking to women accountability. I don't have to put up with that.
So when they have a conversation, right? Because this is good stuff. So when they have the conversation, because he said we need to talk.
Listen, what's her name? Miss Model. Lead. If you like this man, if you love this man, and y'all want to grow.
Well, this is not Miss Model's question. This is a question from one of our viewers.
Okay. So
but I'm saying, he said we need to talk. So when she has this conversation with him, she's not to mention.
No. Start the conversation. Don't even let him talk. Just give me a minute. First off, I want to say I'm sorry for the scene. Second, we should have had a conversation at home, because what I was thinking, and I didn't get a chance to say this, I appreciate you taking us out. And I just wanted to show my appreciation. So that for that scene, I apologize.
Right.
He's not going to say nothing after that.
But I'm still thinking, and again, I'm telling you, because we're bridging the gap between Generation X men and women with these kind of conversations where people are fighting at home. I'm still thinking, what's wrong with you? No, I'm serious. No, Lamar, listen.
Where's the sensitivity?
No, I'm already sensitive, but I'm still thinking, even if I said to him, I apologize for emasculating you and taking a check.
Don't say that word.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying we passed that. I'm not going to say emasculating you. I'm just saying I apologize because I took the check and we should have discussed it at home. Now we passed that. But as a woman, now we're at home, we're chilling. I'm not saying nothing else. Nobody's saying nothing else. But I'm still thinking, he freaked out because I paid the check. I'm still thinking this because I didn't get a chance to talk to him to say, I'm just telling you how women think, because this is why we're here, because we're bridging the gap. I'm still thinking, just like if a man had a situation with a woman and somebody told him, yo, dude, let her have that one. Just let her have it. He's still thinking, well, she behaved like that, and I want to know why. So you just let it go, or you just never have this from a male perspective. Just let him have that.
Y'all can talk about it a little bit later, but don't ruin the accountability moment by trying to undercut the moment.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
So let the dust settle, and then the next time it's time to go out, let's bring up the conversation on where do we want to spend our money on dinners. What is acceptable? What do you want to eat on average? For me, $150 is about my limit. When I start getting to $200 to $250, we're not doing that too often.
Well, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it because I don't know why he freaked out like that. But
you got to learn. You got to pick your battles. I think towards the end of my marriage, there was a thing that my ex-wife kept saying: pick your battles, pick your battles. But like you said, you got to be careful with that mentality too, because you're filing it away, and that drawer is going to get full, and it's going. So that's what I'm saying, is that you have to create. At this age, we've all failed at one or multiple relationships in some point. So you need to go and start asking yourself, how can I do better? How can I not have the same result that I did in all my other relationships? Once you start looking inward, you will start correcting the problems from your prior relationships. They go away because you are working on self. Stop making it about somebody else. Make it about you and how you're going to handle situations better. Every situation has an alternative, better outcome.
But what if he's not working?
Then y'all don't need to be together. That's what I'm saying.
But you don't know if you don't ask the question.
You'll know. You'll know if you're not doing work on yourself. The person, if they are truly doing work on themselves, that's like magnets. As a kid, you ever see two magnets strapped? That shit don't work. So you really have to understand, if you are really working on yourself, the energy that you're going to be giving off, you'll start to pick it up in your friends and your family, your relationships. You'll be like, ew, this don't feel good. So I challenge everybody, start working on self. When you have work situations, my daughter called me the other day. She's upset about this. It's not to stop. Why are you upset? Why you let somebody push your emotions like that? Control the situation. And she was like, I said, take a minute. And she's like, thanks, Dad. No one deserves to have you that upset.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset with him. I would just be wondering. Like, let me
don't wonder anymore. Let it go.
Right. Eventually I would, but I'm just saying, I'm telling you because women are, what is the book? Venus and Mars. This is why we have these problems, because this woman is not thinking to make the situation worse. She's thinking that I want to understand why we got here.
But you can get the answer if you lead with accountability.
Right.
You cannot lead with poking at him. Why are you feeling this way? Why does that make you sensitive? Why you? If there's an arrow from you to him on everything you say, you're not going to work it. Make it back to you. I did this. I am sorry. That's accountability, and it means a lot to a man. And women don't understand how important accountability, because we don't hear it, and we have to swallow a lot of shit and then continue to love your wife and pay the bills and move on and do all this other shit. And all we want is a little bit of appreciation and accountability from our partner when they fuck up every once in a while.
If you just tuned in, you tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Reverend Lamar Hall.
We're doing our What Would You Do segment. So we are going to move on to our next segment, because we just did a whole role play, because we are here to bridge the gap between Generation X men and Generation X women, because there is a miss. We are not meshing. We are not lasting in relationships. We are not communicating effectively because we are not understanding each other. So we just talked about this woman who actually wrote in, and Lamar, like I said to her, I will listen to him because you're asking from a male perspective, basically, and a female perspective. But if you're trying to diffuse the situation and you want to be with this person, then I will listen to what a man says, because I'm not a man. So I can't tell you what to do from a male perspective. So we're going to get to our celebrity relationship. Al is doing a lot tonight.
He almost stepped in some doo-doo.
Relationship news, and that is, let's sip on that. And I want to shout out my boy Lindu for my glass.
Oh, that's nice. What's it say?
Soft girl era. Oops.
There you go. Soft girl. Okay. I like that.
Era.
You know what? I saw something really funny.
This is electrolytes. It's not liquor.
Okay. So, I'm still on my no alcohol. I'm almost on 3 weeks now. And I saw where, women call men brokey.
Yes.
But this guy called, I'm not going to take credit for it. This guy, he said, this woman just played out those scenario. He said she was delusional. And I said, you know what? We should start calling women D-Lou. And just leave it at that. When women just start talking nonsense, be like, as y'all be, hey, brokey, D-Lou.
We're going to get to our, I'm a woman.
If you start talking nonsense, I'll be D-Lou.
Let's sip on it, our celebrity relationship news. So in the news, hold on, here we go. So Offset is really, really upset because Cardi B's new man, what's his name?
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs went and got his hair done like their son. And he put a post up and he said, hold on, let me look at it. Let me read verbatim what the post said. that set him off. He said, where is it? This way. Hold on. He said, now when somebody unalives for playing with my son, then call me the crash out. I don't care how I look trolling with my kid ends bad. I don't care how I look, trolling with my kid ends bad. So what do you think about the situation? And
Okay.
Cardi
So
B.
this is Cardi B's fault.
Go ahead, Lamar.
This is Cardi B's fault. Because she is in a mode where she is embarrassed. So she's going to play the get back. She's being petty. She's doing the tit for tat. She knows this man. She knows what is important to men. She's a stripper. She is a stripper. So she knows how to manipulate men. She knows how to play into their emotions and make them do things that will be out of characteristic to an unhealed man. So now she's just like, bet I'm going to throw this new dude in your face. He's athletic. He's faster. He's bigger. So you ain't going to talk shit about him because he'll beat you up. So he has more money than you. And I know how much you care about your kids low key. That's not a thing that's portrayed. I know that because I'm your wife. Cool. So now how is the most disrespectful thing you can do? One, show I'm somebody else's in the street. And now I want him to be the daddy. It's her fault. Stephon Diggs, this is how, like you said, if Offset crashed out, then everybody be like, but see, he should be a healed grown man to be like, don't play with me like this.
Right.
Don't put me in y'all mess.
Right.
If I'm gonna date you, I'm gonna date you, but I'm not gonna date your mess.
But this is how things turn wrong. This is
Absolutely.
how people, and I just want these two young men to hear this. This is how people lose their careers, right? By being unalived, because he's talking like she didn't set him off. But we have to really understand that there's a thin line between sanity and insanity, right? And sometimes people are at their last straw. You understand what I'm saying, Lamar?
Yep.
And sometimes you just don't know when somebody at their last straw. When people start to drink, and we don't know if he's going through depression because, and I say this all the time, a breakup is the death of a relationship. So they're going through a breakup. So they're both going through the grieving process. She's clearly stuck in anger, right? Because we know it's denial, anger, bargaining with God, acceptance, and depression. So if this young man, Offset, is in depression and anger and denial and all these things boil over, and on a bad night, he go drink some syrup or whatever they drink now. We used to call it syrup. And he gets to a point where he's intoxicated and he's mad. He comes to the house and he bangs on the door. Like anything can happen. This is why we have these scenarios where we see so many times where something got out of control and a young man who was on his way to the best years of his life in sports is now gone. And this one is in jail. So we want to diffuse the situation. And again, like you said, they're young. Because this Stephon Diggs, he's young.
Yeah, he's like 27, 28 years old. That's young.
Somebody needs to get in his ear to say, you don't want this to be your problem. And no disrespect to Cardi. Like I'm never disrespecting, but as my mother would say, why is you fighting over somebody that everybody has seen her from the rooter to the tutor?
Well, that's what a comedian said. She leaves one known cheater for a known serial cheater. It's like
is the other guy a cheater too?
So they did a thing and all his teammates, and they were just like, "Who's the one guy on this team you wouldn't want your sister to date?" Every one of them named him.
Oh, did they? Wow. But my thing is, we've seen these scenarios with rappers. We've seen these scenarios in real life, in real time, on the news, where the ex then went and unalived everybody. And this situation does not have to elevate or escalate because, like he said, leave my kids out of it. Because that was a straight no tenant pundit dig to make him feel some kind of way when he saw that hairdo, because he knew that his child had that hairdo.
But Cardi, I mean, come on. The little boy didn't come home and, I mean, like Cardi B was not aware.
Yeah,
Don't.
no, the little boy already had the hairdo. That
Oh,
was
so he went and did it.
yes,
So he copied it. Yeah.
yes,
So Stefan's being messy.
yeah,
It ain't
very
Cardi B.
messy.
See, Stefan, man. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, man, like I don't. This is young boy behavior.
Again, my concern is we never know when somebody has reached their limit and snaps. That show Snap was real. So we don't want to push people to their limits. And again, like I said, especially young people who are drinking and doing other things, and they show up at your door and they banging on your door, and it gets out of control. Or even if it gets out of control and the police have to come, they come shooting. Two black men, like y'all are putting yourselves in grave danger
You
over
know,
some pettiness.
we as general people, we got to again. You got to start working on yourself and start having these moments where you're going like, man, this behavior is not positive. And I know that's hard to do if you're under the age of 30, but I don't know, man. It's just like I can tell as a grown 53-year-old man, he needs a grown man in his ear. Like if it's my nephew or something like that, me and my brother, we got enough people around be like, yo, like, dude, you stop it. You about to crash out. Well, over a woman? Are you nuts?
Right.
You got millions of dollars and you about to crash out over a woman.
Right.
You sound stupid.
Again, like my mother would say, you fighting over a woman that everybody has seen her from the rooter to the tutor. Like you really.
It's not like you don't have money and you can't go get another one. What's so special about her?
I'm not saying she's not special.
No, I'm saying, but if she was that special, then you wifed her, but you didn't appreciate her. So it's like, come on, like I mean, you can't do wrong and to be like, oh, well, now the next dude. But she's dumb. Any woman that leaves her lifestyle for a man that cheats on her is ridiculous. Because if he's under the age of 40, there's a great chance. I'm not saying all. There's a great chance he's cheating. So you leave one cheater that was your husband. You was number one. The goal, ladies, is to be number one.
Oh no.
Listen, we're older now. You're getting men that are older. I'm talking. This is 30, 34 and under.
Right.
If you are trying to get married in that time period, you get cheated on because his hormones, you ain't keeping up, and he just is on a quest to conquer new women. There is an age where men go, I don't entertain that no more. That's not fulfilling no more. That's when you grow. But when you 30,
I just need to say to Stefan, don't ruin your career. You need to put blinders on right now because he's already in the news about possibly being cut from the team because of the pink substance that was on the boat and all. You need to reel yourself in right now because you have hooked up with somebody that's reckless. And in your career, right, as an athlete is very different than the career of a celebrity rapper. That the stuff that they're doing is normal, but for a football player or an athlete, you cannot be indulging near drugs. You cannot be doing any of this stuff because before you know it, nobody's gonna sign you. You'll be blackballed and you'll be sitting on a bench when you're supposed to be a number one player. Don't get distracted. And I always say this too, and no disrespect to us as women. But mostly every downfall of a man in the Bible was a woman. Men, you have to really, really say, is the risk worth the reward? Is losing your career or your life worth something that's a million cats in the sea? A million, and you're going to risk your career.
We all want to believe that she's special. When you love a woman, and that's why a healed man doesn't put love at the top of the list. He puts respect and peace at the top of the list. Love is third. As a young man, you get caught up on looks. You want to love somebody. You think it's love, and it's borderline obsession. It's not healthy.
Infatuation, yeah.
It's not healthy because you're ready to crash out on the dumbest stuff. When you look at it logically and you go like, does this person bring me peace? Is this person a good person? Is this somebody I want to build with? Forget love. Love will have you doing stupid shit. Think sometimes. And if you lay it down.
Lord forbid a young man get some good coochie.
That's what I'm saying. She got a fat ass and she's this and everybody likes her, this and that. These young guys get motivated, and all men, it takes a long time for a man to go, especially if you got money and you're a professional athlete, your body's in shape, and the world is your oyster. So why are you expecting a man who is in the upper 1% of men in earning to be faithful? That sounds crazy. You know how many women are that know him that he don't know that have already plotted to get him? You might as well say, listen, he has to treat me the best. If I'm the wife, you won. You think Snoop Dogg's wife gave a damn?
I can't agree with that.
But that's what you got to sign up with when you meet with somebody got money like that. Until he turns into, when he's 55 years old and y'all still together, just like Snoop. Snoop is sitting back. He's like a granddaddy. His penis ain't working like it used to. He's ready to be a granddad. And his wife is like, okay, now we can live out the rest of our life together because I'm rich. You just fucked a bunch of women. They the one that looks stupid now. He's with his wife.
But ladies,
so
do
you blame the man with money, or do you blame the behavior of the woman that was trying to trap the man?
I don't blame anybody. I'm just saying this. Ladies, we do not have to tolerate cheating. Now, if the bag is big enough for you and that's okay for you, then that's cool. But in no way, shape, form, or fashion, we have to tolerate cheating from any man. I don't care who he is or how much money he has. Now, if you're moved by money, you're a different breed. But if you don't have to tolerate a man cheating, and if he's cheating, then you have the right to walk away. And I don't agree with no level of, because a man has money, you got to be satisfied with being the top two.
That's grown woman talking. And we're talking about a 28, 29-year-old woman. And it's a different game out here. And I'm telling you, I have played in this arena. I know how these young girls think. I've dated enough with them. I've been out to dinners with enough of them. If I had $1 million, I could have 7 girlfriends.
If you had $100,000, you could have 7 girlfriends, depending on the girls.
True, but if I like beautiful women and I want the price goes up. So ask a woman, okay, if the man didn't have money, would you tolerate his bad behavior?
Of course not.
Okay, then. So you tolerate towards the lifestyle that he creates. So women value their looks because that's what you guys lead with. I'm beautiful. I'm pretty. I'm a 10. I'm this. I'm that. That's what you lead with. You don't lead with, I have a career and I got money saved up in my 401k. Y'all don't lead with that. I'm beautiful. I'm a bad bitch. That's what you lead with. So when you lead with, and it varies by the beauty of the woman. The woman that leads more with her beauty is more liable to do hoe shit. The woman that doesn't lead with her beauty is less likely. The man who has a whole bunch of money is more likely to cheat. The man who has a little less money, he can't. Pick your battles. What do you want? You want to, I seen a thing on Instagram. Do you want a faithful man that love you and only you to make $90,000 a year? Or do you want to deal with a cheating, abusive billionaire? What do you think these women chose?
But again, we speak into Generation X.
Correct.
We know the young women are going to choose money.
But we're talking about Cardi B now. So this is
right.
a scenario. We're talking about that generation. What is it? Gen Y? I don't know.
No, she's a millennial.
Okay. So we're talking 35 and under. This is their behavior.
Right.
This is their culture. That is not ours. We did not grow up with that. Most men have manners. Most men have their shit together. There's a small portion. But
wherever Stefan Diggs, uncles, father, and people are, now is the time to intervene. True. And have a real conversation with him right now before disaster strikes. And when I say disaster, I'm talking about when a man comes on and says somebody's going to be unalived. there's a real crash out going on.
It's pretty stupid to do that too, because if you was
Yeah,
going
that's
to do
crazy.
it,
To put that
yeah.
online. He
Hey,
took his,
hey, I'm
whoever,
gonna kill
but
you,
whoever
and you end up.
is, but whoever is with Offset, he took all his social media down because somebody's grabbed him and said, "Yo."
Yeah, because his cousin got killed over a dice game. He's looking like,
Right.
man, he has a real live scenario where somebody got killed over some heated emotion bullshit.
But this is what I'm saying to Stefan Diggs. You're dealing with that element of a person in Offset that people get unalived. Like some people play gangster, but when we see people get killed at a dice game, this is a real lifestyle that how many of us go to dice game? Not us. Like I'm even talking about the people from my neighborhood. I'm not even talking about my generation. I'm just about you dealing with a different element of people who go to a dice game and drink and pull out guns and start doing stuff. So you need to take your football playing self and be aware that you are putting yourself in danger with a person that is saying something, right? That has lived and lives this lifestyle. Like this, it's like looking at Lil Wayne and they're from Louisiana and their lifestyle is a certain lifestyle. And I'm from Jersey and I'm looking at them and I'm like y'all biting the heads off a crawfish. Like it's like, you know what I'm just it's real. Like, so you looking at Offset and his people and what was the name of that group?
Amigos.
The Amigo. You're looking at some country craziness. And you over here from where I don't know where he from, but he don't look
he's
like
from Dallas. He crazy too. So that's what I'm saying. That's the whole thing. He might be crazy too. So I mean, just because he played football don't mean
I didn't say because he played football.
But I'm just saying he has more to lose.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that he is antagonizing Offset. And he's great crash out. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He needs to know you're dealing with an element of a man that the crash out might be different than what you're expecting. You might think the crash out is him going back and forth on social media, and the crash out is him running up on you unalive.
Yeah.
And
looking for him. I mean, he lost his wife. He got, from what you hear, he had money problems. He didn't his kids. He's like, now he's embarrassed. Man, like what more? He don't have his music career no more. Man, what? He's at the bottom.
He lost his brother, or was it his cousin?
Yeah, he got his tattoos. He's got a big mural on his back. He's like,
he ain't even healed from that. Like I'm telling you, you don't want to be somebody's last straw because unalive is unalive. You don't come back. Leave people alone. Move on with her. Cardi, stop before you be seeing something that you don't want to see. Just stop. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned in to Looking for Love. We are over our time. Oh my goodness, we didn't get to our health and wellness segment, but we're gonna get to our health and wellness segment. But that was our celebrity relationship news. We wish them all the best. Now let's get to our health and wellness segment. Welcome to Beauty and the Beast. He's the beauty and I'm the beast. What is your health and wellness tip of the week, Lamar?
So, I'm trying to get back into, like I said, I'm not doing any alcohol and stuff like that. So men, just healthy tips, being over the age of 50, maintain a healthy diet. So what I've been doing is the one ingredient, somebody said, I guess it's like keto. So I only eat what the item is. So steak, chicken, vegetables, fruit, nothing processed, no bread, no rice, no nothing like that. So sleep. Sufficient sleep, 7 to 9 hours at the age of 50 is recommended. Getting your health checkups. I use my birthday as a thing. Make sure y'all get your year checkups. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. Sun. I don't think that we understand the power of the sun. It's like, go grounding inside, do all that stuff. So I ain't gonna overwhelm you, but men over 50, sleep. Your diet is important, guys. You gotta stop the nonsense. The processed food is like I told you. The bigger the stomach, the smaller the willy. If that's what you want, and that you want to have a healthy sex life going into later AARP years, starts today. You got to make the commitment. Starts today.
We are already there in the AARP years. Thank you for your health and wellness tip. And we just want to acknowledge Al Gordon,
Appreciate you,
the
Al.
$20 super that he just sent us. Thank you so much.
You
You
said
will
it
definitely keep us going. This is
You
for
said
your
it.
blood pressure medicine, Rev. Old girl got me worked up for the collection plate.
I love
Don't be mad because I'm questioning a brother.
it.
Don't be mad. So I'm going to give my health and wellness tip, and it is on the fruits and vegetables. You see these numbers, and I don't know if everybody's aware of what the numbers mean. So the 4-digit PLU codes on the fruit mean starting with 3 or 4 indicate conventionally grown produce. This means the produce was likely grown using conventional methods, potentially including pesticides. So you don't want 3 or 4.
Heavy pesticides on there.
Yes, the 5-digit PLU code starting with the number 9 indicate organic produce. Organic produce is grown without synthetic pesticides or fertilizers, according to the USDA. 5-digit PLU code starting with 8 indicate genetically modified produce. So be aware of these numbers so that you know what you're buying. So you don't want 3 or 4. You want 9 and you don't want 8. Your number is 9. When you go to your produce, you are looking for 9s. And I know it's a little more expensive, but we're worth it.
And this section is smaller. So since I've been on this one ingredient diet, I'm walking through the grocery store with a different lens, and you see all the garbage.
Yes.
I literally see. So I did a 24-hour fast. When I went to New York yesterday, I did a 24-hour fast. First time I ever did a full 24 hours, and it was good. So I'm gonna try to incorporate that at least 2 times a week. But I'm telling you, you start looking at the store and you're just like, there's so much garbage.
Yes.
So much garbage. And
yes,
then
they design it, and you notice that once you get used to the grocery store and you know where everything is, like you know where the number 9s are and you know where the healthy stuff is, you notice they switch the store around so you have to walk through to look for your stuff so that you're enticed by other stuff instead of being able, because they don't want you to go straight to your produce. When you know where the organic is, you'll notice that they move the organic down some, or they've put a sale rack in front of where it is, or they'll move all of the cereals around because you know where the healthy cereal or the milk, whatever it is that you're doing. Just be mindful of this from now on. When you go in a supermarket in about 3 months, you're gonna be like, I know that was there, but they strategically move it around so that they can get you to try new things and distract you from your health, because they know when you come in and you've been coming a certain amount of time and you're on a health regimen that you're going straight in. But if they confuse you, they can get you to try other stuff. So we're going to get to our final thoughts because we are running behind. What is your final thought, Lamar?
I feel like a broken record, man. It's just like the things that we continue to challenge and to grow, it's like inward. We had a great role play scenario. And from that, I hope that people start looking inward first in everything you do. That's the corrective behavior. That's where you're going to see the change. It starts with you. You are only in control of you. That's it. Once you understand that and you lower your expectations and you don't worry about other stuff, and it's always, how can I handle this better? It's not about you as egotistical. It's, how can I make this scenario better? How can I take accountability? How can I apologize? How can I identify something sooner than later? That's all it is, because most women don't like to talk about scenarios when they happen. They pack it away, and then they pack it away and pack it away and pack it away, and then explodes. So it's like, start talking about it. But it's always a way to defuse it. Lower your voice, speak in a nice tone. It's not that hard. You lead with you. Put them up. Let's go. That's what you're going to get.
My final thought is, when you see red flags in a relationship, ask yourself, if this doesn't get any better, if this is who this person is for the rest of their life, is this good enough for me? And if your answer is no, walk away, because we cannot change anybody but ourselves. So if you are dealing with somebody, whether it is a business associate, a personal relationship, and they're in business with you, and they're slacking and lacking and they're wasting the money from the company, you ask yourself, if this person does not get any better, do I still want to deal with them? And the relationship, if they're not opening doors no more like they were from the beginning, if they're not eating well, if they're not growing, ask yourself, if this is it for this person, is this good enough for me? And if the answer is no, walk away. And if it's yes, rock on. So we thank you guys so much for tuning in to Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. We hope that you will come back next week. Again, we thank you, Al, for the donation. We really, really appreciate you. We appreciate everybody who's watching right now because we can't do this without you. Please subscribe, share, because sharing is caring. Bring a friend next week and make sure you comment in the chat so that put your comment on the screen. And if you enjoyed this right now, there's a thank you button underneath the screen. Please hit that thank you button. Make a small donation or a big donation, depending on who you are, how much money you got. We take coins and we take bills that fold. So we'll see you guys next week. Peace and blessings. We love you.